Hey right guys, it's Jade, welcome to a little news video today. I waited until the Atomic Heart trailer dropped before also going over the Assassin's Creed news that there's going to be a brand new standalone game based on a more stealth-like experience with one of the returning characters from Valhalla. I'm going to be covering both of that games, or at least the next DLC from Assassin's Creed, Ragnarok, and of course this game, Atomic Heart, which is going to be a Games Pass Day 1 game, but is also coming out to PlayStation and PC, and supposedly, judging by the trailer they've just put up on IGN, this year. So this is what I do: open world games news, survival games news, guides, gameplay, let's go. So every news outlet under the sun seems to be covering the news that Bassim, one of the minor characters, side characters I would say, from Assassin's Creed Valhalla, is going to be making a return in his own standalone project. Supposedly it was meant to be a DLC for the main game, but then plans got expanded because Ubisoft are kind of lacking a little bit in certain games. It's also rumoured that it's going to take place in Baghdad, and it's going to be a return to the more stealth-like origins of the original. Supposedly, in fact, it might only be around the same size as one of the regions we've seen in the most recent Valhalla or Odyssey games. It's going to take place before the events of Valhalla, obviously focusing on Bassim as he gets the Order, I guess, up and running a bit more. To corroborate this, there was a recent interview with one of the producers of Valhalla. Ariza teased yes, the answer is yes to more Bassim for return in the future. They're basically looking for filler content until Assassin's Creed Infinity, their brand new live service Assassin's Creed project, comes out maybe in 2024. And of course, we're only like a month away now from Assassin's Creed Valhalla Dawn of Ragnarok. I will be covering this. It's been a while since I touched Assassin's Creed, but the Valhalla game did pretty well for me. We hit like 1.5 million views on the content I did. So yeah, I'm definitely keen on making a return and seeing what more of the Norse mythology we get to explore. So what do you guys think? A return to form? Have you gotten tired of the RPG nature? Despite many old school hardcore fans of the Assassin's Creed franchise wanting a return back to the stealth ways and less RPG mechanics, it has to be said that in recent years Assassin's Creed has been the most popular it's ever been, with Valhalla selling more than any of the other previous installments. I think just about matching Assassin's Creed 3, which supposedly was one of the peaks of the franchise in terms of pure sales. So this could actually be a decent little thing. Why not? Have the Assassin's Creed RPGs, the ones that are most popular, and then also offer some standalone concepts that can flesh out, do something a bit different, or like I said, return to maybe stealth orientated gameplay. I'd be down for that. I like both. I've got no really preference. I think if you love Assassin's Creed and open world games, you obviously have spent hundreds of hours in Valhalla. But likewise, I do remember having a whole bunch of fun years ago playing the original 2 or 3. I do love the idea as well that it's returning to the Middle East. It was amazing playing the game back in the day in Jerusalem, so it'd be nice to revisit some of them older cities again. Just something a bit more densely populated rather than just maybe little towns and ships and stuff like that. I know some towns get big in the latest ones, but not that big. No release date has been given for the Bassim adventure though, other than maybe possibly at the end of this year, but maybe possibly next year instead. And obviously this is uncorroborated by Ubisoft themselves, who have denied it or basically said they're not commenting on speculation as it does disservice to their teams and their work. But yeah, this has been corroborated by a number of different outside sources, so it's looking a strong bet to actually be true. And there is also rumours that they're thinking of doing a remaster of the original game, and I would totally pay money for that one. So yeah, what do you think? Are you a fan of modern Assassin's Creed, or are you a fan of the old school one? Let me know in the comments. And now time to look at the Atomic Heart trailer that just dropped, supposedly exclusively on IGN, that's the English version, so we can go ahead and watch the full Russian version, which is up on their actual own YouTube channel. Yes, I understand you can obviously go and watch the English one. I'll leave the link to the IGN trailer in the comment section if you missed it. If you hadn't heard of Atomic Heart, got announced a good few years ago, some crazy mad trailer that looked way too good to be true, and then there were reports coming out of the Russian development team, or in the press and places like Reddit, that development wasn't all that the game was basically nothing but maybe a tech demo at best. Them rumours were quickly shut down though. I even had my channel copy striked by some of the development team when I made a video talking about it. So they have gone to great lengths to show there's actual gameplay in the last couple of years. And we did resolve our differences, myself and Munfish. They have been teasing it, and year after year we've seen more little bits of info or these kind of trailers drop. Last year they showed off a bunch of the RTX kind of graphics that you'd see with the game. And yes, this is the first glimpse, I guess, at some actual more gameplay and obviously more characters as well. It's kind of semi-open world RPG style game that you'd come to expect, Bioshock-esque, I'm going to say. I'm kind of still hoping it's got some survival mechanics in it, as the original trailers showed quite a lot of bit of eating and drinking and looked like it was pretty important the way that you'd be doing it. But you've never seen anything as bonkers as this. Well, not for a while anyway. I love the mix of like Cthulhu-inspired technical robot creatures and obviously fighting off against all sorts of droids with very, very similar kind of abilities to Bioshock. But it just looks mad. It looks absolute bonkers, and it's supposedly coming out this year. Although it's hard to decipher exactly when. The end of the trailer, which we're going to see in a second, really gives vague maybe month of either November, December, October, September maybe, or even December, as it ends with BER, although it's not enough actual letters to spell the month, but it is supposedly coming out this year. So yeah, IGN have got exclusive content with it, so I'm guessing we won't really see too much more until it's up on their channel first. But yeah, it looks interesting. Melee combat obviously, lots of firearm action and fighting these weird robots. I am massively intrigued by this game. I was one of the first to cover it when it got announced, and yeah, it's a very interesting concept. It's going to be on Games Pass on day one, but it is coming to the PlayStation and obviously PC as well. It's been utilising the Unreal Engine to make it, and yeah, progress I guess has been going well enough to turn it from the rumours of its really crud maybe beginnings to something actually decent and a real maybe force to contend with in 2022. So here we are, here's the overly dramatic reveal of the date. As I said, 2022, and then you guys help me out understand why they've got certain letters. Maybe it's just the Russian translation, I'm not too sure, but it definitely ends in BER on the English version, and then there's way too many letters though to be November, December, October. So yeah, I'm guessing at some point this winter time. And there we go, 2 news stories about 2 games I will be covering on the channel. As I told you guys, I'm doing the big survival games, the big open world games, and some of the smaller stuff that I would normally cover is now home on my second, more chilled channel, JCraft. So go and check that channel out. Until next time, Rat Bags, I'll see you lot later.